All right, so get this. Today we're diving into a world where you can own a piece of the internet.
Literally.
Literally. We're talking about digital property investment.
Okay.
Specifically, a company called Giantserver Properties.
Interesting.
And they're making some pretty big promises.
Like what?
Like turning 500 people into millionaires by 2030.
Okay.
All through their digital property investment club.
So like you're buying and selling virtual assets, almost like owning a website.
Yeah, but with more to it, for sure. More layers.
Awesome.
And this is happening in South Africa.
Yep, right here. Giantserver was created by Chocast,
Okay.
making it one of the first platforms of its kind in the country.
Wow.
He's really trying to make investment accessible to everyday South Africans, you know?
Leveling the playing field a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Merging traditional investing with this whole new digital frontier.
I mean, that's what Sekabela seems to be doing best, right? Not just building a platform,
Right,
but building a community.
definitely. And it's got some serious backing, too. How so?
Giantserver is managed by Plainhouse Corporation and is part of the Atlantic Network.
Okay, so they've got support.
Big time.
So break it down for me. What exactly is this digital property?
So Giantserver offers these virtual properties.
Oh, yeah.
They're tied to real-world economics and market demand.
Real world how?
Imagine owning a virtual storefront on a busy digital street.
Okay.
As that street gets more popular, the value of your storefront goes up.
I get it.
You can buy and sell these properties just like traditional real estate.
Interesting. And that's where the potential for profit is.
Exactly.
So that's where the Giantserver Investment Club comes in.
Exactly.
They're aiming to mint 500 millionaires by 2030, all through this club.
It's a bold goal.
Can they actually deliver?
Well, they're certainly pulling out all the stops.
Like what?
Members get access to these high-value digital properties.
Okay.
And get this, many of them can generate income.
Real.
Think of it like rental income, but in the digital world.
You own the property, and businesses pay to use it.
Exactly.
Right.
And they don't stop there.
What else?
They're giving members access to AI-driven insights, analysis tools, regular market updates.
So it's like having a whole team of digital property managers working for you.
Pretty much.
Interesting.
Plus, they've got these monthly online meetings
Wow.
where members can connect with successful investors, learn from experts,
Smart.
pick up tips and strategies,
So you're not just investing in property, you're investing in knowledge too.
and a network of like-minded people.
It's a whole community.
Exactly.
So who are they renting these digital properties to?
Well, Giantserver is targeting a wide range of industries: e-commerce, media, gaming, financial services, healthcare, education, you name it.
It's like they're betting that every industry is going to need a piece of this digital real estate.
They're banking on the continued growth of the digital economy.
It makes sense. A diverse range of tenants makes the whole system more stable.
Exactly.
So give me an example.
Like, picture a virtual storefront for a fashion brand.
Okay, could see that.
Or a secure server for a telehealth platform.
Interesting.
The possibilities are pretty wild.
It all comes back to that question, though. Can they deliver?
It does.
What I find fascinating is that they're not just selling empty digital space.
Yeah.
These properties are hosting all sorts of digital assets that businesses need.
Like what?
We're talking about websites, web applications, data storage, even gaming servers and platforms for machine learning.
It's the infrastructure that powers the digital world.
Exactly.
And as we rely on technology more and more, those assets could become super valuable.
It's a gamble, for sure, but a calculated one.
I like that.
Their G Club membership is how they're attracting a lot of investors.
It's available for a one-time fee of R$1,800.
And what do you get for that?
Well, you get 2 free Class A virtual properties,
Yes.
24/7 support from the Giantserver team, access to those AI-driven investment tools,
Powerful stuff.
and they even throw in invitations to private events for investors.
They're really trying to create this whole ecosystem.
They are.
So we've covered a lot about Giantserver,
We have.
their goals, what they're offering,
Yeah.
but the big question remains, can they really create 500 millionaires?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
We need to look closer at the industries they're targeting and how they plan to generate those massive returns.
Absolutely.
And of course, we can't forget about the potential risks involved.
Definitely. There's a lot to unpack.
There is.
Let's dig in a bit deeper, shall we?
Let's do it. So we know Giantserver is targeting a bunch of different industries.
We do.
Let's dig into why those industries are such a good fit for this model.
Okay, so first up, we've got e-commerce.
Right.
I mean, online shopping is basically taking over the world.
It's huge, yeah.
And all those online stores need a strong digital foundation
For sure.
to handle all the customers, all those transactions,
Exactly. And that's where Giantserver comes in.
providing the infrastructure.
The infrastructure they need to handle all that traffic
Keep those transactions secure.
and make sure that customers have a smooth experience.
It's kind of like having a prime location in the digital world,
Yeah.
but without the limitations of a physical store.
Exactly. And what's great is that Giantserver's offerings are super flexible.
How so?
So as an e-commerce business grows,
Right.
they can easily adjust their resources to keep things running smoothly.
That's super important, especially during those busy holiday seasons.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, next up, we've got media and content providers.
Okay.
I'm thinking streaming services, digital media platforms. Those guys must need a ton of digital horsepower.
Oh, tons. Think about it.
Yeah.
All that data involved in streaming high-definition video to millions of viewers.
It's a lot.
These companies need rock-solid hosting to manage all that data
Keep those streams running smoothly.
and make sure the viewers have a good experience.
And I bet with all the virtual events,
Yeah,
the live streaming, the interactive content popping up,
definitely.
that demand is only going to increase.
No doubt.
Speaking of interactive content, gaming companies.
Ah, yes.
Another big target for Giantserver.
Huge market.
Those massive online games, the esports tournaments,
Yeah.
they need a ton of server power to keep things running without any lag.
Oh, absolutely. Gamers wouldn't be happy with lag.
Not at all.
Giantserver is betting that as gaming evolves
Right.
and virtual reality becomes more mainstream,
Yeah,
the need for this type of infrastructure is only going to grow.
for sure.
Now let's move on to financial services and fintech companies.
Okay.
Security and reliability are paramount for them.
Absolutely. Think about all those online banking platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Trading apps.
Fintech startups handling sensitive data.
Super sensitive.
They need the highest level of security to protect their customers' information.
It's like a digital Fort Knox.
Exactly. Any breach or downtime could be disastrous.
I can't even imagine.
And with the explosion of mobile banking and online payment systems,
Right.
that demand for secure and reliable infrastructure is just going to keep going up.
Giantserver is also targeting healthcare and telemedicine providers. I imagine this field presents unique challenges.
It does, with all those patient records
Yeah,
and all the privacy regulations. It's not just about having secure servers.
right.
They also need to be compliant with all those regulations.
About patient data privacy.
Exactly. And as telehealth becomes more common
Yeah.
and we move towards digital health records, the demand for specialized hosting is going to increase
It's almost like they need a digital hospital wing.
to manage all that data.
Exactly.
And let's not forget about education and e-learning.
Okay.
Online courses and virtual classrooms are booming.
They are.
They need a ton of bandwidth to manage all that content.
I can only imagine all the data involved in hosting those video lectures, interactive assignment.
And those virtual campus spaces?
Massive.
It is. And with this global shift toward online education,
Right.
e-learning platforms are going to need even more robust hosting solutions.
To keep up with the demand.
Exactly.
Finally, we have corporate businesses with remote teams.
Right. Everyone's going remote these days,
Seems like it.
which means a huge demand for virtual office spaces and collaboration tools.
For sure.
Companies need digital solutions for everything,
Everything.
from virtual meetings and file sharing to secure intranets.
To project management.
Exactly. And Giantserver is there to provide the infrastructure and support they need.
To make that transition to remote work.
Exactly.
So it seems like they've strategically chosen industries that are heavily reliant on digital infrastructure.
Absolutely.
And that are only going to grow in the future.
It's a smart strategy.
But it's not just about targeting the right industries.
Right.
It's also about what they're offering within those industries.
Exactly. Remember how we talked about how Giantserver's digital properties aren't just empty spaces?
I do.
They host all sorts of digital assets that businesses actually use.
Okay, so let's break those down.
Let's do it.
Starting with the basics.
Yep.
Websites and web applications.
The bread and butter of the internet.
Exactly. So Giantserver can host everything from simple blogs to those complex e-commerce sites we talked about.
Exactly.
They're providing the reliability, the security,
And the performance optimization that these websites need.
no matter how much traffic they get.
That's key.
And email hosting, I mean, everyone uses email these days.
It's essential for communication.
For sure.
So Giantserver is offering a secure and reliable way to manage email.
With all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, spam filters, plenty of storage space.
What about data storage and backup?
Crucial.
It seems like every business needs a safe place to keep all their important information.
Absolutely. And cloud servers are perfect for that.
So Giantserver is offering that.
Yeah, they allow businesses to store all sorts of files.
Like what?
Documents, images, videos, even massive data sets,
Wow.
all securely and reliably.
And they can access it from anywhere, right?
Anywhere with an internet connection.
That's amazing.
Speaking of access from anywhere, what about those virtual desktops?
Ah, yes, virtual desktops. I've been hearing so much about those.
They're changing the game for remote work.
How so?
Well, Giantserver hosts these virtual desktops on their cloud,
Okay.
so employees can access their work desktop from anywhere on any device.
Super convenient.
It gives businesses a lot more flexibility.
While keeping everything secure.
Exactly.
We talked about online gaming earlier.
Right.
Do they host dedicated gaming servers as well?
They do, and this is where Giantserver's focus on performance really shines.
How so?
Their infrastructure can handle those massive online multiplayer games,
Okay.
minimizing lag and making sure the gaming experience is good for players.
That's essential for gamers.
It is.
Now for the really high-tech stuff.
Okay.
Machine learning and data analytics. What
Right.
about that?
That's where things get really interesting.
Tell me more.
Giantserver's cloud servers are powerful enough to handle the demands of machine learning and data analysis.
Really?
They offer specialized resources like GPUs.
What are those?
GPUs. They're essential for those complex calculations
Oh, I see.
and processing huge data sets.
So they've got the horsepower for that.
They do.
And content delivery networks.
CDNs.
Those are important for media companies, right?
They are for delivering content quickly.
To users all over the world.
Exactly.
And Giantserver can support that.
Their infrastructure can support CDNs. Yeah.
So content like images, videos, even software updates can be delivered really quickly.
With lightning-fast speeds.
Awesome.
And lastly, with the Internet of Things becoming more and more prevalent.
Yeah,
Does Giantserver offer any services for that?
that's a good question.
They do. Their cloud servers can host those IoT platforms.
Which is essential for companies managing data from all those connected devices.
Exactly. Think smart homes, wearable tech, industrial sensors, all of it.
Wow, so they really do cover a wide spectrum of digital services.
It's like they're aiming to be the one-stop shop for all things digital.
I like it.
They're trying to be the foundation of the digital economy.
That's ambitious.
It is, and they're making it very enticing for people to get on board.
Especially with that G Club membership.
Right, and all those perks.
So we know the G Club costs are $1,800.
Yep.
But let's unpack those benefits a little bit more.
Okay, because it's not just about getting access to the platform.
Right.
They're trying to build a community,
Yeah.
provide real value for their members.
Okay, so what about those two free Class A virtual properties?
Yes, those are a sweet deal.
Where I guess like.
Think of them like prime real estate in the digital world.
Okay.
Giantserver designates certain properties as Class A,
Based on what?
based on location, potential for growth, things like that.
I see.
And as a G Club member, you get 2 of these prime properties right away.
It's a great way to start building your portfolio.
It is.
And they offer 247 support from the Giantserver team, right?
That's right. It's like having a personal concierge for your digital investments.
Nice.
Whether you need technical support, have questions about the platform,
Yeah,
or just need help navigating the world of digital property, they're there to help.
that's great.
And remember those AI-driven investment tools?
I do. How do those work?
Well, Giantserver has developed these sophisticated AI algorithms
Okay.
that analyze market trends,
Okay.
assess property values, and even predict future growth potential.
Wow.
They're designed to help members make smart investment decisions.
Sounds like a valuable resource.
It is, but what about security?
That's a good question.
People are trusting them with their investment.
That's a big deal.
Security is paramount for them.
So what kind of measures do they have in place?
They have a robust security infrastructure to protect the platform from attacks,
Okay.
safeguard member data, and ensure all transactions are secure.
That peace of mind is important.
Very important.
Does the G Club offer any opportunities to connect with successful investors?
To learn from the pros.
Yeah.
Absolutely. G Club members get access to investment tips and insights
From who?
from people who have already made it big on the platform.
Oh, wow.
They share their strategies, their success stories, even their mistakes.
So you can learn from their experiences.
Exactly. It's like a mentorship program built right into the membership.
That's awesome.
And it's not just online interactions.
What else?
G Club members get invited to exclusive events
Really?
where they can network with other investors, industry leaders,
The Giantserver team.
everyone.
That face-to-face connection can be really valuable.
Definitely.
And what about those weekly virtual meetings?
With expert investors.
Yeah, what happens in those?
Think of it like a masterclass in digital property investment.
Okay.
Experts share their insights on market trends, emerging opportunities.
Strategies for success.
It's a chance for members to stay informed, ask questions, and get guidance.
Sounds valuable.
It is.
What about the training manuals they offer?
Those are like a comprehensive guide to navigating the world of digital property.
Nice.
They break down complex concepts,
Okay.
explain investment strategies, offer practical tips for building a profitable portfolio
So they're really trying to empower their members.
with the knowledge they need to succeed.
Yeah.
And they even automatically create a property portfolio for each member.
Really?
So you can easily track your investments, monitor their performance, and make decisions about buying, selling, or holding.
That's really convenient.
It is.
What about that free affiliate agent account you mentioned earlier?
Oh yeah, that's a way for members to earn extra income. By referring new people to the G Club,
Okay.
they get a unique referral link,
Yep.
and every time someone joins through their link, they earn a commission.
Smart.
It's a good incentive to grow the community.
What about the Planet House Brands partners?
Those are an exclusive network of companies offering products and services that complement Giantserver's offerings.
Okay.
So members get discounts,
Early access to new products.
other perks through these
A
partnerships.
whole ecosystem of benefits.
Exactly.
And lastly, that global networking community of investors.
Ah, yes. That's an online platform where G Club members from around the world can connect,
Cool.
share ideas, discuss strategies, collaborate on investment.
Powerful stuff.
It is leveraging the collective wisdom of a global community.
They really are going above and beyond to create a supportive community.
It seems like they're throwing in everything but the kitchen sink.
To attract investors.
They're betting big on the future of digital property,
They are.
and they're doing everything they can to make it accessible and appealing.
To a wide range of investors.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We'll have.
The industries they're targeting, the assets they host, all the benefits that come with the G Club.
It's impressive.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
There have to be some risks involved.
Every investment comes with risks,
For sure.
and digital property is no different
In fact, it might carry more risk than traditional investments.
because it's such a new and rapidly evolving market.
Okay, so let's not sugarcoat it. What are the potential downsides?
What are the red flags that potential investors should be aware of?
Exactly. So let's get down to it.
Okay.
What are the risks of investing in digital property with Giantserver?
Well, the biggest one is that the digital economy, as fast as it's growing, is still relatively new.
Yeah.
And it's constantly changing.
Right.
So that means the value of these digital properties can be pretty volatile,
Oh, okay.
just like the stock market.
Or even real estate.
Exactly.
So even though Giantserver is making these big promises about millionaires,
Yeah.
there's no guarantee those property values will keep going up.
Right. There are no sure things when it comes to investing.
I guess that's true across the board.
And this is no different.
Okay, so say the market does keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
Giantserver isn't the only player in the game, right?
No, definitely not.
What if new competitors pop up,
It's definitely a possibility.
offering similar services?
Competition could really cut into their market share,
Yeah.
potentially impact the returns for investors.
It's a dynamic market.
Very dynamic. Things can change quickly.
And their whole model is built on technology, right?
It is.
What if there's a big technical glitch or a security breach?
That could be a major problem. Any disruption to their platform, whether it's a technical issue,
Yeah.
a security breach, or even some new technology that comes along,
Right.
could have a ripple effect on their whole system.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then there's the whole regulatory landscape.
Right. The rules around digital assets.
Online investments, they're
Yeah.
still being figured out.
Exactly.
So what happens if new regulations come along that make it harder for Giantserver to operate?
Or make this kind of investment less appealing.
Exactly. That regulatory uncertainty adds another layer of risk.
Because governments are still trying to catch up with the digital economy.
They are.
And any new laws could really change things for Giantserver.
Definitely.
So it sounds like there are some real concerns here.
There are.
But every investment has risks, I guess.
To some degree.
So why are people still so interested in this digital property model?
Well, the potential for high returns is a big draw.
Okay.
And I think the idea of owning a piece of the digital world,
Right. Something that could become more valuable over time.
as we rely on technology more and more, it's exciting for people.
Giantserver's making it sound pretty accessible.
Yeah, especially with their G Club membership.
And all those perks.
They're really fostering a sense of community, providing a lot of support for their investors.
Which is appealing.
Definitely. And let's be honest.
Yeah.
The idea of being part of something new and innovative,
Something that could change the way we invest.
it's alluring.
It's kind of like being an early adopter,
It is.
taking a chance on something that could be huge.
But knowing there are risks.
Exactly.
So it's crucial to approach this, and any investment really, with a critical mindset.
Right. Don't get caught up in the hype.
Don't just blindly follow the crowd.
Do your research.
Weigh the risks and rewards.
Make a decision that's right for you.
Exactly. And I think that's a great point to wrap up our deep dive into Giantserver properties.
I think so too.
We've covered their goals,
Their approach.
the potential risks and rewards.
It's a complex landscape.
It,
Definitely one worth watching.
for sure. It's fascinating to see how technology is changing the way we invest.
It really is.
And Giantserver is leading the charge.
They are.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with them,
It will.
what impact they have on the investment world.
For sure. And if you're considering investing in digital property, remember to do your homework,
Yes.
proceed with caution,
And make informed decisions.
that align with your own financial goals.
Absolutely. And as always,
Yes.
stay curious, keep learning, and keep exploring the world of finance.
Great advice. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.